Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. Today, my question for you is, are you thirsting for God? Our verses are Psalm 42, 1 and 2. As a deer pants for flowing streams, so pants my soul for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? Are you thirsting for God? Are you desiring to spend more time in His presence? If it's just a 5 minutes that you spend in devotional each day, that's something you just check off, is that really desiring God? Are you really desiring to actually be in His presence? Not just read something short and uplifting. Are you reading His Word? Are you spending time getting to know Him on a deeper level? If not, why not? What is getting in the way of you having that kind of thirst? Quite often, I know for myself and others that I've talked to, we tend to fill up our time with other things. We try to fill ourselves up with food. We try to fill ourselves up with TV or books or other things that can be good. But are they taking away from your desire to be in His presence? I find that happens myself if I am not careful and I don't deliberately make time to spend with Him. And if you're not feeling that desire, I would encourage you to pray. Ask God to increase your desire for Him. That is something He'd be happy to answer. That is always something that He is wanting from us, is more of our focus, more of our time, and a deeper relationship with us. So if we seek Him, we will find Him when we seek Him with all of our hearts. So obviously, as I have talked about many times, one of the best ways of doing this and stimulating, this thirst can be spending some time one-on-one with God in His creation and just eliminating all those distractions, all the noise, both literally and physically, that's going on in your life that's creating interference to you hearing Him and you having that desire. And make the space to spend time with Him. That is what we are doing in the 6-week class. That is what we are doing in April when we start doing live retreats here. And it's not that you can't do retreats where you are, if you actually get in and do them. But my experience is most people will say, oh, that's a good idea, but then they never actually make it happen. They don't make the time. They don't put it on their schedule in indelible ink that they're actually going to spend some time with God. No other agenda, just spending time with God, maybe asking some questions, but of Him, but actually making that happen. Excuse me. That is why I offer these opportunities for people to really actually do it. Especially us as women, we may be a little hesitant, not necessarily me, but some of us are hesitant to go outside and go out into the woods, off the beaten path. But if you're in a group and there's somebody, 50 feet away, down the way, you're not really alone, but you're also alone with God. You're not talking with them and interacting with them, but you get to do that later and share what you've learned, and you get to multiply the benefits from hearing what they learned from God at the same time. So if you want to learn more about that, reach out to me. To wrap up our time, I thought it was appropriate that we do As the Deer. And if you know this, go ahead and sing along. If not, feel free to just listen. As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after you. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. Let that be your heart's desire this week, and make time to spend some quality time with God. You won't regret it. See you next week.